Good afternoon, everyone. It is so good to see everyone out this afternoon. I first just want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for answering the call to come out and let our community know that we are not going to be tolerant of any ridiculous violence that goes on in this community, that we are going to be vessels and agents of change for this community, and the buck stops here.
The reason why we're here today, this is the second time that we are doing what is called Peace in Our Streets Initiative. So the question becomes, ladies and gentlemen, do you want peace in our streets? Yes. Do you want peace in our streets? Yes. Do you want peace in our streets? Yes. And that's the reason why we're giving ourselves a strong round of applause for being here on a Saturday. And it is important that we let the world know that from the borough president to the congressman, to the state senator, to the council member, to the assembly member, to all of you, the community boards, we as Bronxites will never ever tolerate bigotry. We will not tolerate these types of crimes. There is no place in the Bronx for them. And we want individuals to call, because there are two individuals that are still at large. Two individuals that are still at large, and we need to work with the police department. We need to identify them, bring these idiots, these morons, these hateful individuals to justice, to let them know that in the Bronx, we are all one Bronx and we all stand together, right?
So we have to do it locally, within what the Supreme Court would allow, but I think we could do it above all with education. We may not have the laws, but we have our sense, our common sense, and our family traditions, and our ability to discipline ourselves to say no more violence and no more guns in our community. And again, I want to thank you for your support, and I want to ask one thing of your leadership. I want to ask all of us. Violence takes different forms. It's not just about guns. It's about when a person is walking through the streets of Staten Island or Brooklyn or the Bronx and they get attacked for being an immigrant, for being gay, or for being different than we are. All of that is violence, and we have to speak against all of it at the same time. We've come a long way since those days, but as the borough president mentioned, we see in many disturbing ways we are creeping back to that old time. We are creeping back. We see gang activity. We see a lot more gun violence. We see a lot of violence against people based on immigration and other factors. And we have to stand together to ensure that this new generation of youth does not have to go through what we went through growing up during the crack years in the 1980s. We have to make sure that we have a comprehensive approach to community empowerment, to keeping substance abuse and drug dealers off our streets. But again, guns do kill. People use guns to kill people. And we have to make sure that illegal guns are off our streets. And I commend you, Mr. Borough President, on the courage that you have to stare these violent offenders in the face and say no. Say not in our community and not for the young people in our community. So thank you for that.
And while government can't tell you how to act in your home, we can talk about it. And we need to talk about it. There's something that says raise up a child in the way he or she should go, and when they're old they won't depart from it. We've forgotten, and we keep talking about the young people and what we need to do with the young people. It starts with the old folks and our attitudes that are allowing our kids to believe it's okay to engage in violence. And it's not okay. And this gun crime is not okay. Hate crime is not okay. And you know, growing up, you heard sticks and stones may break my bones, but words shall never hurt me. That's a lie. Words hurt. And we need to start bringing healing into our homes. We need to start bringing tolerance, understanding, conflict mediation. I don't have to like you, but I should know how to disagree with you respectfully without wanting to hit you, shoot you, or get an attitude. You don't have to like me. You don't have to think that I'm worth anything. That's fine. That is your choice. But how we deal with each other, that's what matters. So I want to thank all of you for being here because it's really, really important that we look at the community in which we call home. As Bronx residents, as parents, as advocates, as legislators, as the clergy, we all have a responsibility for the young people in our district. They are looking to us for leadership. When we talk about the gang violence that we continue to see in our district, in our community, we know that young people are being lured, they're being encouraged, they're being enticed because they're looking for acceptance. They're looking for love, for leadership, for structure because they may be lacking it somewhere else. Whether it's in our community, in our schools, in the homes. This is where education comes. This is where encouragement and empowerment comes to strengthen our families so that young people know you are our future. You have skills and you are the potential to be the future leaders of this borough. And we all have that responsibility to make sure that they are equipped with all of the programs and resources that we need in this district. Because violence to me is a disease. It's a behavior that is practiced, that is learned from somewhere. It is negative, it is not in the best interest of us as people, as residents, as family members, and this is what we have to do. We have to find the cure to the disease. We all know what the cure is. The cure is education, the cure are programs, mentoring programs, after-school programs, employment opportunities, summer youth employment, all of these little elements that really talk to the future of the Bronx, that really allow families to live, to improve their quality of life, and to offer positive reinforcements for our young people. So all of the young people that are here, I want you to talk to your friends, to your schoolmates, to your neighbors, to your siblings, because we need to see this type of showing magnified to the 10th power, because we need to make sure that children in our communities see positive. They see positive behavior and not what's being played in the media, not the violence through music and magazines and everything else, because right now that's what's educating our children.
But we need, if they're gonna have legal guns here, they're legal. But these guns that are killing my families, well, they're what we so-called black or Latinos, but we're all human beings. We can make a difference. You and I can make a difference. And if the denominations, well, brethren, will stop fighting each other,
Right.
we will make a difference. And if we will stop looking at gays and speaking bad about them and pray, we can make a difference. Because that could be your son, your daughter, or your cousin, or somebody.
Right.
So I ask you to be sensible and compassionate to God, and that's my prayer. That this understanding would be in all our hearts in that particular form. It doesn't matter what name you call the Lord by this moment. We all have the same need.
Right.
And we have the same community. And my name is Bishop Rosario, Angelo Rosario, Hurutungu Murutungu, whatever you want to call me. But I have a life and I got 10 kids and 23 grandchildren. I don't want to see them get shot. So may God bless us and give us wisdom and knowledge to make a difference.